Let's go to our headliner this morning. Wyoming Senator Sen Barrasso, chairman of the Senate Republican Conference. Senator, thank you for coming on the program this morning. Where are we as of right now?
Thank you, Sandra. The president has made a fair proposal, a good faith effort, and a compromise to get beyond this impasse. It funds the government, reopens the government. It secures the border, which is critical to our national security. And those are the things that I think are key. Plus, it starts to deal with our broken immigration system.
Why don't Democrats see it that way?
Well, it's interesting because what the president has offered are many things that Democrats have asked for in the past. The president has put those in to this compromise, but yet the Democrats aren't even coming to the table. You know, Nancy Pelosi has said even if we open the government, she's still not going to work on border security and border funding. So I think that we need to do a major discussion like we want to have with the Democrats. The president has come forward with a proposal that is reasonable. It's time for the Democrats to now come to the table. The American people say, look, work together, find a solution, open the government, and secure the border.
Just give us a sense of these two votes in the Senate tomorrow, how they could advance the issue of solving this. And how many Democrats do you think would vote with Republicans right now?
Well, I'm not sure how many Democrats are going to vote with us, but it would solve the problem if we got the Republican bill passed, because it's something the president would actually sign into law. The president is not going to sign into law what the Democrats are proposing, which ignores security at the border, what we need to do for national security.
Right, so that can't get to 60 votes then. So that seems to us as if that's dead in the water, that idea, is it?
Well, I think what the president has done is he said he's put together an offer, put it out there, including a number of things that Democrats have asked for in the past, and said, let's get this done. Let's solve this problem. Let's move on to the more serious issues that we need to face as a nation. We have additional agenda items we need to go forward with in the next 2 years. So let's get this done. And the only way we can do that is to open the border, open the government, secure the border, and fund the government.
All right, we want to go to Steny Hoyer's talking right now. Let's listen in.
Passed today, there is approximately $1.5 billion for border security.
At the risk of asking the obvious, if this presidential proposal passed the Senate, would it go anywhere in the House?
We would certainly have to have the committees look at that, see whether or not, in fact, that was a bill that was rational and reasonable to affect border security. The fact of the matter is, we want government open. That's what needs to be done first. That is a condition to having rational debate, because you don't have rational debates when somebody's holding ransom or demanding ransom for hostages that are being held. We want the government open. The American people want the government open. The American people know that this is an irrational, wrong policy to be pursuing of shutting down our government.
Thank you very much, Mr. Majority Leader.
So that was the House Majority Leader live there on Capitol Hill. Senator Barrasso joining us still. Senator, you just heard the Democrat there. And by the way, this is a congressman who recently said he is not opposed to some sort of wall or barrier or fence. He seemed to be at odds with Nancy Pelosi on that issue.
Well, in the past, Democrats have supported a barrier, a fence, a wall, whether it was with President Bill Clinton, President Barack Obama. There's 700 miles of border wall right now in place of the 2,000 miles of the border. And what President Trump is asking for is an additional 234 miles at the locations that our Border Patrol says are most critical. So the president is, I believe, making a good faith offer. He has come forward with a compromise, and now it's time for the Democrats to talk as part of that. That's how we get the government open, as well as secure the border and fund the things that are important to both sides.
I just want to move to two other things. Before I do, here's the tweet from the president about, 2 hours ago? He said, build a wall and crime will fall. This is the new theme for 2 years until the wall is finished. Under construction now, parenthetically, it writes there, of the Republican Party. Use it and pray. Let's see where that goes. There's some moderate Democrats urging Nancy Pelosi to give them something, to give a little bit of money and get it solved. But I want to move to the story that we're finding these Catholic students back in Kentucky, back in school for the first time. And the story seems to be, it's emerging at a minimum. And what is your view on how so many had rushed to a conclusion about 16 and 17-year-old kids on the National Mall?
Yeah, I think it's disturbing how nationally people will rush to judgment on things when they see just a snippet and get one side approach to things. We need to see the whole story. That is now coming forward. What we're seeing are now people pulling back from accusations earlier made, and it just tells all of us as a nation to say, look, in this world of instant communications and viral videos, it's time to just think about things a little bit and think about the ways we were raised as children to think things through and make better decisions, because what's happened here has been terrible for the young people involved, for all involved. People are here, they come to the nation's capital with good intentions and trying to do the right thing, and I think it's unfortunate to see the way that this whole thing has exploded.
Perhaps we could end on this note. What do you think is going to happen with the State of the Union address next Tuesday?
Well, if I had my way, government would be open, the president would be giving his State of the Union, and I hope the president gives his State of the Union on Tuesday. You know, I think it would be a terrible precedent for any Speaker of the House to have given an invitation and then pull it back, which is what we've had now. But when you take a look at a president of one party, a Speaker of the House of the other, withdrawing an invitation, I think it's a terrible precedent for our country in the future.
Senator, thank you for your time. We'll see where it goes. Day 33, day 34 coming up now. John Barrasso, thank you, sir, from the Hill.
Thanks,
Thank
Bill.
you,
Thanks,
Senator.
Sandra.